Hi, my name is Jessica Leek, and I am doing my intervention on an adapted sexual health unit utilizing the Positive Prevention Plus curriculum. So basically, my school district uses this curriculum already, but we are not following the California framework guidelines for the sex ed unit because we are missing multiple lessons within that unit. So the purpose of this curriculum is to basically readapt it and realign our instructional calendar to make sure that we are following guidelines and making sure that we're implementing all the necessary requirements needed. So, for the rationale, it just kind of talks about the exact same thing. It talks about how we don't implement every single lesson. We're utilizing the Positive Prevention Plus curriculum from 2016, which doesn't, again, still follow the guidelines. The 2018 has updated information such as including gender identity or sexual orientation and human trafficking. So it just encompasses the importance of why we need the revision. Also, my school district doesn't utilize actual health teachers to teach the curriculum. They hire an outside organization to come in and teach it, which our students have actually expressed that they do not like that because they feel awkward and uncomfortable. And if they ask specific questions, the instructor doesn't really know how to respond to them, or they feel embarrassed to even ask questions and they feel that they would be able to have an open dialogue conversation with someone that they've actually spent all year long with. So that is something that I'm discussing in my paper. I'm also discussing how this unit is taught over 10 days when actually it should be at least 15 due to the all required content that's supposed to be in there. So my literature review just basically goes into depth about more of this and kind of explains the relationships that students and teachers develop throughout the year and important strategies and classroom management and how having an outside person coming to teach doesn't have the same classroom management skills or know anything about their students, such as gender problems, possible suicide attempts that could be certain subjects link or trigger their emotions, or individuals who don't even speak English. That happened actually in this year's unit. Is the presenter was picking on a student because she was trying to ask for help. And she obviously just didn't understand because she doesn't speak English. So I had to, again, intervene and go and help that student out. But that's something that I would have known prior. So, something that I just want to focus on as this goes into all of it is the component of what my school district is actually missing and how many standards are being missed due to the fact that we are only teaching 10 days. So, our department head and this outside organization decided that they would only teach what they thought was important when in actuality everything is. So you can see this chart here. If you look at the lessons on the right, those are the lessons taught at our school with this curriculum, and then the lessons on the left are what's actually designed in the 2016. So you can see that lesson one is not taught. You can also see that lesson 10 is not taught, which is a huge one about peer pressure, and lesson 12, so it doesn't provide any students with success or goal setting and how to overcome these. These are just some other topics that are not mentioned. My students have no idea what the stages of birth are. They actually asked me about a birthing question yesterday when we were teaching alcohol and pregnancy and the symptoms that could happen, and they had no idea or recollection on how the baby could develop that. So that is something that is huge and important. Obviously, I answered all their questions, even though it was off topic, because I feel like it's important for them to know. These are missing standards that are not in the curriculum because we're eliminating them. And then just my stakeholder, same presentation and explaining the importance of it. This is my new adapted curriculum plan with everything that I would do within a 15-day lesson. And then I have some just samples of lessons at the bottom after my scope and sequence, such as going over reproductive systems and having them do an interactive class activity, having them do communication skills and practicing how to say no to peer pressure lines and in a different variety of situations, having them watch a little clip, respond about a poem, do pressure lines. And then the final one is having these students identify why it's important to make positive choices. And so this is a reflective writing lesson on being a teen parent and what they think their parents would respond to and how they think their life would look. So thank you, and I hope you have a great rest of the year.